Here in Southern California, we recently had a surprise rainstorm, and the rain even produced some hail at our house up in Orange, and it produced clouds and sky and beautiful sunrises and sunsets, but it also produced a rainbow. And I'd like to share with you a devotional about a rainbow and this verse that means a lot to me. It says this in Isaiah 9:2. It says, "The people who walk in darkness will see a great light, and those who live in a dark land, the light will shine on them." Those are prophetic words, even as we've just finished with Christmas time. It's a wonderful way to close this year out because we feel like we live in a dark land and we need the light to shine on us. And let me share with you this experience that I had. I believe God has sent a light to us in Jesus. And I see that there is much darkness around us and that people are walking in it and people are frankly stepping in it too. Our land has so much darkness on it. And yet we can see that God is shining a great light on us too. Can you see it? Can you see the great light of Jesus that not only has come, is coming, is here, and will shine even brighter? You must look for it carefully. It is a light of hope and a light of purpose, a light of blessing and grace, a light of mercy and a light of love, a light of goodness and a light of redemption, a light of restoration and transformation, a light of salvation and a light of good news. On Christmas Eve day, this was my experience. At about 3:30 p.m. as I was driving home, I thought to myself as I saw dark clouds over the hills behind me and sunshine to the west on the horizon, as it was getting later in the afternoon, and knowing that it had surprisingly rained much of the afternoon and it had crazy rain some too, that this is like rainbow weather. And I felt like, man, there could be rainbows, and I was kind of looking out for them. And I made a right turn to go down the main street before I make another turn towards my home, and immediately over the hill, I saw it. There was a huge, it was short, but it was a thick rainbow. It was wide and bright and reaching up into the darkness of the clouds. And then a little further across the hills, there appeared a second, fainter rainbow. And as you know, rainbows are all arcs and they all go across, but the clouds sometimes prohibit you from seeing the whole rainbow. So you see these short pieces of rainbow going up into the dark clouds. And this was a double rainbow that was bright and vibrant, a fainter one and then a brilliant one. And they were both going up into the dark clouds. God sometimes will let us see or hear like an echo of His glory, like a second rainbow, or knowing that the rest of the rainbow is there even though you can't see it. I rushed the remaining mile home and I hurried out onto the back porch, the veranda, and I wanted to see if the rainbows that I saw coming up the road, if the angle of the house and all, that they were still there. And they were there, and they were in perfect view. My daughter was the only one home, and so I showed them to my daughter Crystal, and she took pictures. It's the picture that appears with this particular devotional online. And every color in the rainbow was dark and distinct. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. And then 30 minutes later, that rainbow was gone. And it was followed by an amazing westward sky and such a gorgeous sunset. What a blessing that was. I'm here to tell you that there is light in the darkness. and He reminds us constantly of His promises. Be reminded by rainbows and always look for the light. Sunrises and sunsets, rainbows, and His creation all testify that His light still shines on us. And so we can reflect on that, and we can reflect that too, like I've shared my experience with you today. And I hope that my reflection helps you reflect Him even more.